say his life was threatened. You don't confirm my mistake.
Who threatened you?
The video said he was threatened. I was doing the local government. So he now called Professor Roberto. No, he said he called EO. EO didn't answer. He now called Professor Roberto. Roberto now said EO called him to say that his life was threatened, that he was on his way to Benin. He now said, what do we do? He said the man's life is threatened now. What would the man do? The man has to go and take his life. Then they now asked him, Malcolm asked him, said, the government made a lot of allegations. They said he went to the position to collate resources. He said, when we got to collation like that, there was nobody there. He said the ROOs, they were carrying sensitive materials and non-sensitive materials. He said, if you were that, where would they have gone? He said, they came to the position on their own. He said, they came to the position, they wrote report that they were the returning officers, that they wrote this thing, that they couldn't find anybody. That's why they came for safekeeping in the police station. Then after that, they went back. Before they phoned me from...
So what was Kazim there? Kazim was supposed to be there.
30 minutes, Yakubu, 30 minutes, Kazim. After Yakubu was Kazim. So, nonsense. He said he brought a lot of policemen. He said he's not going to speak for the police. He said the same people who are shot there, they brought a lot of policemen. He said we were seeing people who said they couldn't do election in 6 months. Hello, Pastor, good evening. By the clinic. You just come before the workshop. I'll just come outside. He said they are not go and complaining that they brought a lot of policemen. The governor said they imported police from Abuja and Lagos. He said doesn't know about that, but there was security. So he said the governor alleged that the fellow officers were hijacked and taken to police to police them. He said if that is true, say when they get it, it's not declared. He said the ROO, the NDRO was supposed to declare the result. He said as we speak, nobody can identify him. He said the new president is he on that they didn't see him. He said the man who has the money to declare result. He said if you saw for that day, self God was hijacked, he was teacher to go and declare the result. He said that way. Hello, my brother.
The Mahafa. Ogata. Honorable. Imawa.
Yes, good afternoon. I thought when I see your picture, I say, hey.
Okay. How are you?
How's your family?
Fine.
Congratulations.
Thank you, dear.
He said, he now brought out the escape law. He said, it is expressly clear here that it's the AG officer that has the power to declare results. He said that what August did was, he said, Senator Bridge, who was the local government, said he brought his own policemen. He said, my government brought his own policemen. He said, what were they doing there that very day? He said, they beat up our people, they locked them up. He said they went to collection center, they were collecting what started shooting sporadically. The people come back for safety. That place was not convenient for them to announce results. The next place they go to is the at that point I knew that Kazim wasn't compatible with the law. The ESEC law says that the LGA returning officer has the power to announce results at the collation center, but has no such power to declare the results, to declare the winner.
Yes.
The power lies within the ESEC chairman.
That's true. We're only told, even at the local government level, we can only announce.
Announce, not to declare.
We can't declare.
Don't worry, I'll be declared.
So the local government officer cannot even declare.
No, we are so cosmetic about it. Therefore, that in Kogi State, we have close to about 21 local government thereabouts. Material did not leave the Kogi electoral office in 9 local governments. 9 did not even leave. Not that the declaration did not run them. You understand what I'm trying to say? Look at what happened in the senatorial election in Delta State. And look at what happened in Ebonyi. When we were in SF office for prep, whatever, this local government is true. But the same local government, we did governorship election, not to how many. This was an election conducted by federal INEC. They got 3 wards, we got 8. In an election which they conducted. So the people, what they resort in is to actually, was the police presence not intimidating? That was the problem. I'm happy, like what the governor said. We are all happy that they are lamenting. At least they are crying in one state. We are crying Delta. We are crying Ebo. We are crying Kwara. We are crying in Kogi. So we cry in our own state. You look the matter now. It's not possible.
Be like landlord will not get room.
You understand my point now?
I want to rent your room.
He's not getting room. Oh, yeah.
Corridor.
Everybody cry there. The same PDP beat us silly. Look at Delta. So funny a result. Look at what happened in Kogi. The worst of it all. Even where a councillor, a PDP councillor, in one of the local government in Ofa local government where they did that wrong.
But they are claiming they have no faith in the court. It's not Shomole tried. When Shomole was going, they said, Shomole don't go, he has no faith. He said, let me go and try. That's why they say, is it not the same government that set up the court? He said, you go to and not win. Was it not the PDP government that set up the court that declared Shomole? He said, let me go to the court. So that was when I knew that they had expressed so much fear going to tribunal. It don't make no sense. The government will defend his own name now. Will he go and put somebody there who will not, it's not in this. You said Yakuba arrived in 2007, December 15, 2007. What he did to me, this is Yakuba is talking. Bazo, I'm more of an Italian.
I don't know. How is it? When you people left, the following day, the day of my wedding, they gathered at Secretariat before I came. Yakubu, Duma, Godwa, all of them. One of them died yesterday. One of the PDP people that got injury. Yakubu were running past through this. APC will finish their secretariat completely. Completely. We are back burning it down. We are here giving instruction. People, they are tired. Tired of those people. They are evil. You will never see one project. In all those schools you see you went to, all those red roofs you saw, they are all APC or APC projects. Not even one.
Yakubu is a desperate treasure hunter.
Why was he pointing to, why were the police station? He pointed to, is that the area command, the police something that he built?
That is the only one.
Then he built another one.
You know how much he built that police station?
I have, let me tell you, I've got for paper now.
49 million.
There's a road.
That station?
Yes.
49 million.
Yeah. That's a
And 5,000.
You know the stretch, there's a road called Bonny Road there. 98 million.
That station, what would they do?
The paper has been on it.
A road that just 10 kilometers.
Wow.
The road didn't meet the next release. The rest are coming.
Yeah, already.
The other day,
No, the break. It breaks down there.
hello, Chris. No, I'm in Benin now.
I'll tell you what I'm going to say about this. I've contested election twice in that local government. I've been beat out.
No. We're not there out.
The council level and at the assembly level, I've been beat out on both issues.
We're not saying that,
If now one person is different from person I, good what is the
no problem, man.
If you tickle Yakubu will laugh. If you touch him, he will blink. If you bother him, he will die. It shows that he's extra, is an ordinary human being. Afternoon. How would you know? Afternoon, how are you doing?
How about you now?
The way one of the yeah, well, how you doing now? No, we don't know.
How are you?
We are from now.
Are you there? How far can you go? Coffee simple. No,
What of Kelly?
Said he's coming. How far, Chairman? We can't wait for them now.
Hello, barrister. I wish you, sir.
Let's get 2 more chairs.
Very fine. Now, wow. You are target. Where you dey? Okay. Okay, I'm right here. I'm in Gio's office. Okay.
Said he's coming. I don't know, man. We'll have to start. Can't wait for him. There are 2 of the Kelly and one of that guy, Charles. The fast forward.
Call me some so like talking to me. Just leave his office.
Now? What time? Would have never like to thank you for what you have done. It was a very difficult task we asked you guys to execute. Very difficult, extremely difficult. We are very happy that you guys came back. Here and happy. You didn't lose anybody, nobody sustained any injury. And we're glad that you guys are back. Now, we can't say that the election has come and gone because from the way PDP is talking, it's obvious to us that they are going to court. And if they are going to court, we also must get ready to meet them there. We all know that this election was conducted by the government. The tribunal was also set up by the government. Even the appeal was also set up by the government. And what is clear to us is that if the government has announced the results, they must go to the extent to defend it. And that's very obvious to us. We know that it's a matter of fact. The government will go to any extent to defend the results. But of course, we need everybody to do this. And what you have done, we can't thank you enough. It's for that reason that the chairman said we must hear in person to at least meet with the people first and those who helped him to ascend that throne. So he's here, you'll be hearing from him very quickly. Also, I also like to inform you that one of our lawyers, who is a party man, will also be here shortly. Because it's important that we put our house in order early enough. All that happened, there must be a story around it. If it comes, I'm sure we will tell us the story around that election. If we are going to court, what we are going to expect and what we are also going to say. Once more, I'd like to thank you and also welcome you. The chairman will talk to you very briefly.
Yeah, thank you. Gentlemen, there's no lady there.
No, chairman should. No, you should be seated. Your boys, man.
Well, it's unfortunate that we weren't having the opportunity of meeting ourselves before the election day. I was going to the way we assembled this team. You know, I think we met because it was in my ward. It's my ward, and I know this man before. This one is like my brother and my friend. So I want to thank you for all you've done. You know, I left people in the office already. But it's only the secretary of the council today. And a lot of people there. If
different people. So I just told them I'm going to Eboma.
Now, the actual announcement was on about 8:30 p.m. That was when the announcement. If you see it on TV, you see the time. In fact, even ITV even reported it about 8:15. What happened was there was a strategy deployed that people should start jubilating. That was also going to create problem in their camp. At that time, people were jubilating, taking over the street. Announcement wasn't done.
It was
And again, yes, you saw it now. You saw it. Announcement was not done. Again, something happened. There was communication failure. There was a message sent across to withdraw all of you from the stage. I'm not sure it got to all of you.
None of us.
It wasn't even going to be possible
I'm coming
to
to
withdraw them.
Like my work, I was not having network at all.
You know,
Even
I'm telling you,
though
the message came before that jubilation started.
I knew.
So that problem was there. We are really, that's why, I said just that thank God that.
Was anyone in my hand though?
Yes, he was.
Yes, I was.
He was slapped.
Even myself.
The tobacco. They poured fuel on my vehicle, wanted to burn the vehicle.
What was the SS?
Yeah.
But you didn't run away, you were there.
No, the issue was
Was it before the announcement?
That's what I want to clear now. The issue was the result was not announced. But you know what happened? When they showed the figures, the result on internet, the result went on internet first before the announcement. So they like to say, even in this government house, there's a betrayal.
Yes.
You know what? They showed me. PDP, they said, look at the declared result to APC winning. I was not like around to 6. I was not like, wow. The figure, exact figure was the one.
I got the information around 6.
Okay, that was the truth. The police
let me tell you something.
I was surprised.
So after that, they looked at that internet poll as kind of fraudulent. It does not have basis. But at the end of the day, after the leaving that premises, my commissioner, leaving that premises, that was when
Anyway, I think we are not going to cry over picnic.
It has happened.
It's part of the hazard of the profession. See, the first thing I'm going to do now, I want to establish personal contact. Like, because of the rushman and we did that, so get the numbers or whatever. We are in it together. I'm sure we need ourselves one way or the other. The ladder of life. You understand? That is the way things, that the only aspect like he asked was the commissioner. What do you bring?
My own major one is first of all.
So let me.
Well, first and foremost, gentlemen, where is the lawyer?
That is on the way.
First and foremost, gentlemen, let me thank you guys for excellently
Hello.
well done and well articulated job. Because you guys did marvelously well. Because also the initial stage, when I was giving directive, I called my boy, Victor. I started searching at him, so not really knowing what was the constraint. I discovered at the point he will take my instruction, he will listen to me, but to implement it was difficult. I knew something was amiss. Until a few days ago, that was when I really worked with the whole thing, the police issue was actually syndicated right from the second. Those five police that were given, and all those ones were details from Abuja. Even at the police station, before you guys came to the police station, because the first person to arrive at the police station was Barrister Kelly. But when I saw Kelly, I said, Kelly, what are you doing here? This is after I know here. I don't know. So ways that to pay me now.
The funny thing is that almost all of us are being on drugs. That's the truth. We know what we pass through now.
I'm going to work out the job. I need, first of all, I need your names. Your names and your number. Please let me just take it. Note you as your signature.
I wish we don't have that newspaper. All of them are there.
Now call me back.
In another one, no, we know.
No, they not call you.
We will write our.
Hello? I put the office now, triple up.
Once you finish at the field, you send result to Estate. Is it Estate that published that? They said no. Is it not paid advance by TV? They said, so what do you expect? That's the wisdom. Are you getting it? Now, that's one side of it. We have that feedback. Another point is this. Now, well, thank God you said it, but by here and all that. The mopping process. The mopping process. What is the mopping process? Now, results were declared now. Maybe total number per unit or share or whatever. We now take the persons that are going to work to make sure that those ballot papers are indicated in those things. Because, for, like I said, cost imminent or it's inevitable. Those things have to be included in tallying with what they have declared, what was scored against their name. And then the registers have to be accredited to that same level of person. And then when those three things are done, yes, when you now get there, of course, you are going to show us this is what you will sign, this is what you do. Then another mistake was the king, which perhaps the loophole too. The loophole. But when the results were done and has been signed now, which I think they have submitted, and the signature is not the same, we sign, but we are not the ones that present that final one, especially that result. But the good thing is this, like the result,
Including the figures. It should tally with, it should be your handwriting.
So the another loophole is this, which makes a grand plan. It's a grand design. I have examined it. No problem about that. So, but if those other two things can be done, the register up to date as to reflect the result, then the ballot as done to reflect the result. That one is done. Okay. Because actually they missed it. They missed it. It went to end. Yeah, but you see, the reason why I have to go all out for it was that it has happened. It was 3 days ago. I was praying. And because I was giving a clear picture of what happened between Noah and his sons. Noah went from himself and then he was naked on the bed. The first son came and started laughing and said, come and see daddy is not naked and all that. But the other
all the results sheet it had the same numbers. So I know definitely when it comes to court, it has a that's why I personally say just follow me so that we discuss this. Yeah, this okay, no, that's why because I didn't know you before. I just say follow me so that I know you that's my gentleman there. So you can go to play with it. When you come to those material we keep to finish and the material were back you know now. So there are some I was told that some of our materials are still in the police station.
No, that's not true. Like my POs, it's very big. But when the PO called me that, look at the situation. When my POs they came in at the collation center, while they were submitting, I told them they all gathered somewhere waiting for their boss to take them to me. And I told them, you people should leave. I had to leave what I was doing. They could not understand. I said, you people should leave. So they were like, we are waiting for you now, you just leave. And I told them, what I'm sensing here right now, there's going to be tension. Pick your material straight up to Benin. So immediately they left. So I told them, once you get to Benin, I will personally call you people to bring the materials. That's why if you say some of the buses, ballot bus and all that, they are not complete. My POs, they are all with their material. Was 7, sir. So I had to do that because if not, they would have adjusted everything because the way they surrounded me, I had no option. So I wanted to bear the consequence alone so that they can where I will settle that as early as possible. No problem, I will do that. Once I leave here,
please, have you received Kelly's?
No.
Yes. Yeah. No, Kelly and Charles.
I've written Charles.
But another thing I also want to say, I like saying the hard thing. We the ROs, we do talk, we complain. You understand? Even though I want to say it clearly, what it done. You have plenty of faults, Mr. Theophilus. You have plenty of faults in this whole process. Why I said this is this. So when you are arranging things, if you say something is secret, it should be secret. Ideally, I was expecting this arrangement. You open up some certain things a day to the election. And if you are booking hotels, you don't book hot spots. You see Western Hotel at 3rd Junction, Westview Hotel, those are areas that you can easily see PDP people. Once they see 5 boys, 10 boys gathering, they begin to assume a day to election. No, it's the election thing they are discussing.
That's true.
When we go to Western Hotel, the boys we saw there were more than 40. Go to Westview, the same thing.
Went to Western Hotel. So that was why we waited till that time that it was so bad. I'm sorry for what happened. But of course, we are learning every day. It will not happen again. You understand? So, very sure it will not happen again. Thank you so very much.
Sorry, sir. The issue now is this. What have happened has happened. So, what's the next stage now? Because we're not discussing about
Way forward.
issues and all that. So that when we are speaking in one point, everything is so, not that thing happening, it's different type of thing.
Yes. I like the way this guy spoke. I don't know the word he meant. The word is surprised. Okay. Then I like the way Victor spoke. I like the way the guy from the one from the set spoke. So I think coming to your question, we go forward now. Now we are now at the first stage. I believe that is one of the reasons why you call them. We need to see the tendencies. Now you told brilliantly this thing now, what you need from them.
Barrister, that's what you say. Maybe race started and I wanted to raise. That's the principal issue. Now that we are at the first stage, we must have a common collective story. Just one story. That cuts across the entire world. The same issue. That cuts across. Which presupposes that we have to know their story first. Because that's the way it's also going to play out in court. Is their story first, before our story, before SN story. If I listen to them very well, especially this morning on channel, their story is that elections held, which is agreeable by all the parties. Results were declared at the world level. And when you go to the collation center, they could not collate the results. So the arrow went to the police station by himself to say his life was in danger. He could not collate the results and not give the results to them. On the basis of the result, they now declared themselves winners.
there are gaps. They did not say who collected the story for
Hello?
to the end,
Which you are supposed to maintain.
which you will keep through. But one good thing about
Security.
one good thing about that is that one good thing about it is that they present their story first.
Yeah, my brother, I forgot you.
They present their story first. And if they still follow the same trend of this story that they have been presenting, we can say good night to the entire thing. And I know that there's no way they can change the story. Which means you are going to have a relaxed atmosphere to give your story without any form of intimidation.
Yes, the one is change trend.
Is it possible now for the arrow to be
We've not got to the arrow, but the first process. No.
It was
Said
much higher than
you went to the convention center. Why the other people went to
The police station.
who were at the convention center? To give results.
To the arrows. Against the backdrop that they were arrested.
Now the LGA arrow, I mean, there's an LGA return office.
I know that.
Where all the war returning officers belong, of course. Now that's the one that said the time was in danger and left. Right? Okay. Now what about when the returning officers from the war now came with the result? Who did they not do? And yet.
Now,
Because to clarify that,
Now, I want to make this very passionate appeal. Even before he came in, I said we must have a story around this process. Whatever we're seeing for us, please we must keep it, under the lid as much as possible. If it goes out, we will know that this is among us. The story is very clear. You declared your results, or you announced your results at the world level. Immediately you announced your result at the world level, there was crisis when people saw that they had lost. At that point, you wanted to proceed to the LGA collection center. They restricted you. You put a call through to the.
if we give you the entire details, we will give you the entire details from beginning. Permit me to say, no more in the house. No more. But if we give you the entire details from beginning of the story to the end, at this preliminary stage, we have some challenges. They are going to present a story to court. Like I told you, fortunate for us, they will be the first to do. And by the provision of the law, there's a time frame for them to do. Once they have done that, they have sealed it. The details of our own defense, you will read it from beginning to the end. You won't have problems. You won't. You won't have problems with it.
You know that when you are saying that when you get to the process,
But our storyline is this. We did collation at the collation center. And at the ward levels, you did your own. At the evidence stage, it is words against words. And the last.
what is happening? What now happened at what happened at the police station should be the target for our discussion.
We need to see what they're bringing.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Sorry, sir. We've adverted our minds on that issue. We have also played the devil's advocate. If we bring out the trend of arguments here, our line of argument, we may go a long haul over the issue. I anticipated this issue when we discussed. We already anticipated it.
it will be their words against us as paper work. Unfortunately, like I told you, they are the first to present. Once they are presented, their matter is ended. They can't represent the second one. And once they are presented and they say they were at the police station, their arguments stop at that. You stick to your words. All of you, same arguments
all of you will be processed for cross-examination.
The same arguments you are having in your evidence is your cross-examination questions. Nobody is going to cut your neck if you say no.
Now the police will make statement of the police. So what is the effort of the chairman or the government so far? Get those statements.
What was your argument? What was your...
Now, whether I know whatever it is, but only you must assume like yes, right? And now we got there because we were kept in the dark. I remember my
you said that before.
And so we got there really. We got there.
At the police station. If not for the fact that I was called in the new year, you saw me now. I was you guys. I was there also. You know when I saw you there, I said, Lee, I just pressed you. I mean, we were communicating. I said you should leave immediately. But not until Anand, when he back, now told me, oh, not really understood what he was trying to tell me. They set trap for all of you. Knowing that that's 5 policemen.
It was the greatest mistake that we all made.
Like, no, I didn't like it. It started from Essex.
It was from Essex now.
Yeah, from Essex. No,
they escorted those.
If we had known, we would have had the military to escort you guys. Those people were the ones. No, not forget to. I mean, we are talking about how the material arrived at the police station.
We will discuss all that when we get there.
Let me tell you, the brutalization, this guy was beaten. This one was beaten. You were forced to say gun press interview and all the rest. Because you need to have a lot of information, extract a lot of information from you. To enable you.
What we agree. These are preliminary.
Yes, so you are going to. So I don't want to happen to you.
We are going to have one discussion. But let me also assure you that the overall plan that you are going to be taking care of. Let me also tell you that you are going to be taking care in every form and every place. Just have it at the back of your mind that whatsoever immediate pain you may have received is temporary. We'll have other meetings where we'll discuss one-on-one, build up our ethics. Like we said, this is just preliminary. I know this meeting was going to be held on Sunday. Sunday, yesterday, we couldn't hold it. We now say today because a lot of you had issues that you needed to do. And we won't be taking so much time. If we need to just call one person to have one-on-one, take his details of his case, we keep it. We take another one so that we don't keep bringing everybody, keep you hours and all that. It may not be convenient. So we will take your convenience into our planning and then clean up all the issues. But long and short, we'll take it up. Thank you very much.
I hope you wrote your number too.
Yes, he's in charge of our store.
I know him. So,
strong man.
Gentlemen,